Hi, I'm Mayor Jenny Durkin. In Washington, thanks to clear policies and community participation, we have flattened the curve, saved lives, and prevented our healthcare system from becoming overwhelmed. But we must remember that there are more cases in our community now than there were in early March when we began restrictions. Now is not the time to slow down on our public health efforts, or we could risk a surge of the virus. That's why Public Health Seattle and King County issued a local health officer directive that instructs King County residents to wear a cloth face covering in indoor public spaces or confined spaces where it could be difficult to maintain 6 feet of physical distancing. This directive is critical to slowing the spread of the COVID-19 virus in our communities. The CDC recommends that communities cover their noses and mouths with a cloth face covering to prevent inadvertently spreading the COVID-19 virus while interacting with others outside their homes, especially in areas like Seattle with significant community-based transmission. Please know that deaf, hard of hearing, and other individuals who rely on face and mouth movements to communicate do not need to comply with this directive. And this directive does not substitute necessary hygiene and social distancing practices. Please continue to practice good hygiene and keep 6 feet between yourself and other people. You do not need to buy a face covering to comply with this directive. Cloth face coverings can include things like scarves, hijabs, and bandanas. And they can also easily be made from any cotton fabric, like a t-shirt. Please do not purchase an N95 mask or other medical grade mask. Those aren't necessary to comply with this directive, and we need them for our healthcare workers. We need to save those materials for our first responders and healthcare workers on the front lines of this pandemic. Our essential businesses so want to keep their workers and customers safe. They can't deny someone access to a store if they're not wearing a face covering. But no one can discriminate, and there are good reasons, including medical reasons, why some people cannot wear a face covering. That's why some people are exempted from this directive. We will only get through this if we look out for each other. Please, if you can, wear a face covering. If you experience or witness an act of harassment or bias, please report it to the Seattle Office for Civil Rights. And if it's an emergency, please dial 911. Wearing a cloth face covering is part of our new normal here in Seattle and King County. It's up to all of us to protect the health and safety of our communities. Thank you for all you're doing. Please stay safe.